Hello everyone, I'm Dipesh from IIT Delhi, and in this video we have a very special guest with us, Swapnil, who has secured GATE AIR rank 36 and also cleared CSIR NET exams with the AIR 66, and he is now currently working with OYO as a data associate and has completed his master's from IIT Delhi in 2021. And I would really like to thank him for taking time from his busy schedule, and I would like him to introduce.
Hi, Dipesh. Thank you for having me. So, as you said, I have graduated from IIT Delhi this year, and my course was MSc in Chemistry. And currently, I'm working as a data science associate at Shel. And thank you for having me.
So, Swapnil, you are from a very prestigious institute, we can say in India.
Hmm.
So, what is your life experience at IIT Delhi? What you learned? What is the environment there, and what is the workloads?
I think most of my degree went online due to the pandemic. But for the 1.5 semester I was there, I could experience offline class at IIT Delhi. And mostly it was much different than I was in DU, because in DU the environment and everything was much relaxed and chilled out compared to IIT. So the
Yes,
focus was
yes,
quite a lot, and even the labs, they used to be for 4 hours or even more, and then after that you had to prepare those all those files and do all
yes,
that work. So that was quite taxing in a sense. Um, so the first semester went on like that, and after the second semester, I slowly started preparing for NET and GATE, and the preparation, it was much better when the lockdown happened, because
yeah,
I had ample of time because of the lockdown.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So all in all, the experience at IIT was pretty much mixed, because primarily because of the pandemic. Because once everything went
Yeah.
online, it was just like you are just attending classes and then giving exams and nothing more.
Yeah. Yeah, the same we are experiencing currently in the first semester of IIT Delhi, and it is online. So, what according to you IIT Delhi provides which makes it stand apart from other institutes?
I think IIT is great for people who want to pursue PhD, because uh, the labs and all the facilities are, you know, they are all up to the mark, and so whoever whoever person wants to pursue PhD or research, I think IIT is good for them, very good for them.
That's really great. And coming to the workload here, as you have experienced in the 2 years, you are slogging from morning to evening, and then after assignments, minors. Whether it is online or offline, both the things are really very hectic.
Mhm.
And you have experienced both the things. And a thing that really bothers much of the students: did IIT CGPA matter in MSc?
I think if someone is pursuing PhD, then it really matters, because as many universities have waived off GRE and TOEFL these days, so they admit students um, on the basis of their CGPA. So if someone wants to pursue PhD abroad or even in India, the CGPA matters a lot, and it is always good to maintain a certain uh, appreciable CGPA. If your CGPA is very low, obviously that is going to be a bad impact. But it does not matter much if you just want to pursue a job later. But for PhD, it is critical.
So the question comes from your. So what was your gate strategy? And you have secured a decent rank of AIL 36. So short summary you can share.
I think my strategy was just like IIT Jam, that I had to complete syllabus on time and had to prepare questions. The practice for questions was very important, especially the previous year questions, because apart from the previous year questions, the questions that we usually encounter, they are not really relevant. So the previous year questions helped me a lot, and completing the syllabus on time was also very helpful. So these two are really helpful, completing the syllabus on time and doing the previous year questions, both from net and gate. That was very important.
Great, great, great. Now the main question arrives here. You are currently a data science associate at OU, and despite getting a good rank in GATE exam, why you chose to switch, or you can just say leave chemistry and shift to other work roles?
Honestly, just because of the bad job prospect that we have in core sector. So chemistry, it does have jobs in many sectors, but as we see that in private sector, they usually prefer people with some experience. And our batch, we could not even do our research project. So that was a major setback. And even then, if you say about the remuneration or the extent of jobs, the number of jobs, that is quite less. So that is why I wanted to shift from chemistry. Even since last year, I wanted to shift, but I just thought that I should appear for these exams that NGT which everyone appears for. So, and as our MSc was approaching it towards its end, uh, it it appeared to me that the job prospects would not be really good uh, in this field, especially because PSUs were not releasing any vacancies, and even our seniors, they could not get jobs because PSUs had not released vacancies since 1 or 2 years. So that was a really big problem. That is what made me switch fields.
The next question actually is, in your current work role, what are the skills required? And if a current MSc graduate, the same very alma mater following you, wants to get a career role in data associated various MNCs, so what is the selection criteria and what are the skills required?
Uh, for being a data analyst or data scientist, the main skills required are firstly is machine learning, then statistics, and you need to know a programming language, which is mostly Python. It is a it is a it is a perk if you know other languages also, such as Java or C++, but you should at least know Python. So machine learning, statistics, Python, SQL. SQL is very important. So these are the important things that you must know for uh, going into this field of data science or data analysis.
So what according to you, what were the sources you just followed to learn all these things? Will be better to you.
So I followed YouTube, some courses on YouTube and Coursera. So YouTube and Coursera were platforms that helped me a lot. And besides that, I followed 1 or 2 books. One book is very famous, that is called ISLR. So I read the algorithms of machine learning from ISLR. That is very important. And reading other books also. But basically, YouTube and Coursera were very helpful in learning data science.
So you are in currently job, but as a student, we are always in dilemma whether we should go for job or PhD. So, what according to you is better? You can say better guidance from your side to
Hmm.
let them know whether they are good for job or whether they are good for PhD.
I think whether you are good for job or PhD, that answer is answered. That question is answered itself in the MSc. So this realization came to me in MSc that I'm not made for research. If you like being in the lab, if you like brainstorming, and another thing about research is that you have to be ready for failures because many a times we fail in the lab during our research. Most of the things fail, and for doing something novel, you have to encounter failures many times. So if
Yeah.
you're ready for that, if you're ready to spend few years of yourself doing research, then that person should go for PhD. If someone is going, if someone wants job security, then obviously they should go for jobs and start searching for jobs after their MSc.
Yeah. coming to again IIT Delhi, there is really doubts between the students who are preparing for JAM exam or currently in the masters who have just joined. What according to you are the placement opportunities at IIT Delhi, and whether there is a placement for a MSc Chemistry student or not? What is the work of OCS? And what was your experience regarding it? And if you have interacted with any of the seniors who have got the job, you can just share.
So the placements, they are quite dismal. Uh, in our time, I think one or two coaching classes came for recruiting, so we got the mails for them. But the companies did not come for recruitment. So personally, someone has to just apply for the jobs on just on their personal basis. There are no placements as such, and that is why it got very difficult. And even I did not know whether I am preparing for this data science, whether I would get a job or not. So it got really difficult. So placements, sadly, for MSc students, there are close to none in MSc, and so this is the situation.
So there is a misconception between the student, like we are in IIT, so there is a job security for us, and we can never be unemployed. So coming to the IIT tag, this is that is very matters in our society, in an Indian society. If you are in IIT, then your life is settled. So did IIT tag really helps?
IIT tag is not useless, but it's not that if you have IIT tag, you will not be unemployed or you will be having a very good job. But IIT tag does help. Suppose if you are applying for jobs, then it might help you in getting shortlisted. But ultimately, your resume reflects what you know or what you have done. And if you get shortlisted for the interview, you have to showcase yourself. So IIT tag does help, but it's not that an IIT person would not be unemployed or would get the best of the opportunities.
So, can we say that IIT actually grinds you or makes you more better? You just have to slog from the very morning to the evening, whether labs, minor exam, major exam assignments, whether it's online or offline. So it does makes us better, or we can say grow us better in a better form.
I think just like I said, it's good for research. If you want to pursue research, then that this particular curriculum is made for that. But I
Yeah.
don't think it grooms the students for jobs later, because the whatever they teach, even the content, mostly that is research based. You will not feel that this is MSc content. Sometimes you will feel that this content is much higher level for that is useful for research. So
Yes.
for jobs, you have to groom yourself on your own.
Yeah. Yeah. Great. That's really a great advice for students who are looking for opportunities apart from the chemistry PhD or the research. So what last advice would you like to give for the students preparing for CSIR NET GATE exams?
Pertaining to the exams, the advice would be to study only those things which are relevant. No need to study too much, and no need to study a year or 2 years before those exams. Many a time people spend a lot of time on these exams, but I think that is a big mistake. Even if you give 6 months to yourself and study diligently in those 6 months, then it would be good. And don't think that these exams are the end, because net and gate they do not guarantee you a job or anything.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
are mostly a qualification, especially net. So that is how people should approach these exams. They should be treated as qualifications rather than a ticket to a job.
So are you planning to try for PSUs in future? You if the notification comes.
No, I have left this thought of pursuing a job in PSUs, and many factors are playing into that. One is that the number of seats they have it a lot. Such as if you can see that ONGC has released
Yeah,
vacancies
yeah,
2020 batch, and the number of vacancies has dropped a lot from earlier number of vacancies. There are only 8 vacancies for general students. So that in itself makes the situation dismal for the students. And another thing is that the job location. The job location generally for ONGC, that is in the remote areas. So
yeah.
this is what makes it not very good for them. So these are the two main factors for which I will not apply into PSUs. And since I've already grabbed a good job, that is why my motivation for PSUs has been brought.
So, a last advice for the current MSc students you would like to give to them.
The only advice I would like to give is that you should first decide whether you want to pursue research or whether you want to pursue a job. And even in job, one should think whether they want to go into teaching in a coaching or teaching in a school or something else. Because uh, even after MSc, people are confused कि हमने अभी नेट नहीं दिया है, we have not given net, we have not given gate, and even if they want to give net and gate, people should prepare for them during their MSc only, because you have ample of time, you have ample of resources, and you
Yeah,
are
yeah.
studying chemistry in this college itself, so that will help you. So preparing for net and gate during the MSc itself is necessary, and also deciding what you want to do after MSc is also very
Yes,
critical.
yes.
It saves you a lot of time.
So, thank you so much, Swapnil, for taking time from your busy schedule. And this video will surely help the JAM aspirants or the MSc appearing students who have a misconception or the everything about the IIT Delhi that is really made clear about the opportunities, placement opportunities, and the golden advice for the NET and GATE exams. Thank you so much again for coming back to my channel.
Thanks for having me.